And it's February 22nd, 2026. Hope all is well. Man, some box office surprises, some award season info, surprises, a lot happening. We're going to cover it all coming up here right now on LCJ Live. If you're just joining us, thank you. Live on the YouTube. And, going on right now is the BAFTAs. It is starting in England. It will be on U.S. television at 8 o'clock tonight on E! I may wait to figure it out. I may try to avoid spoilers on social media today. With who wins tonight at the BAFTAs, I may wait till TV because it used to be on BBC America for years. And a lot of times I did wait the whole day to not get spoiled and wait till the show at night. Sometimes I couldn't help but look at a few of the winners, but I may do that later. So it is on E! Tonight at 8. It's going on in England right now. Last night was the Annie Awards. We will talk about the big winner, K-pop Demon Hunters, plus some of the other winners and other things from the Annie Awards. Oscar voting is on the way. The Actor Awards, SAG Awards is next Sunday. We've got a lot to cover here on LCJ Live. Kelly is kind of awkward. Stay safe in this weather. Thank you. Appreciate it. More snow coming to the Northeast. Insane winter that we've had. We've got a lot of stuff here. I want to congratulate GOAT on being the #1 movie in America. Congratulations to GOAT. A terrific movie. One of my favorite movies of the year. Can I tell you this? I've already seen 4 movies this year that when we get to the end of the year and I do a top 10 and then a 5 or 6 honorable mentions, I could put 4 movies into that group of 16 now. I could put GOAT in that list, Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die, Man on the Run, and Epic Elvis Presley in Concert. I could put all 4 in those 16 and be happy with that for the entire year. That is great. I've seen some other movies that have not been so good. We'll talk about that in a minute. But congratulations to GOAT. #1, $17 million. It's up to $58.3 million for Sony Pictures Animation and Columbia after 10 days. That's about what Surf's Up made back in 2007. Still got to see K-pop, says Christian Kozlowski. The big winner from the Annie Awards last night, 10 wins. The Bad Guys 2 also won in a category, as well as Arco for Independent Animated Feature. What'll be very interesting today at the BAFTAs is that K-pop Demon Hunters was ineligible for Best Animated Film because of theatrical release guidelines. So there will be a different winner for Animated Feature, and Arco is not in the Animated Film category. So it could go to Little Amelie, could go to Zootopia 2 or Elio. That will certainly make things interesting for the Oscar. Also, Arco is, though, in the Children's and Family Film category at the BAFTAs, so a lot on the line here today. Oh, man, lots of comments. Okay. One of the biggest winters of all time. Could GOAT win Best Animated Film at the Oscars next year? We're so early. We got so many animated films, but I think it deserves recognition and it deserves attention, especially all these Annie categories when they do visuals and character design and production design and voice acting and everything. I think GOAT is going to do very well at the Annies next year. We'll see if it gets all the way to the Oscars as well. Let's see. Surf's Up is really good. I was thrilled that Surf's Up got a Best Animated Feature Oscar nomination. You know, I took Sony Pictures Animation seriously from the beginning, from open season, which was hilarious, and then Surf's Up, which was so well done. And a lot of people didn't take Sony Animation seriously until Spider-Verse in 2018. Hey, they were doing things 12 years earlier that were stellar. Their collaborations with Aardman, with Arthur Christmas and the Pirates Band of Misfits, and so many others. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. Phil Lord and Christopher Miller got honored last night at the Annie Awards with a special award. So Sony Animation has been with it for the last 20 years. And now they've got another #1 movie. What's GOAT's main competition? Toy Story 5 and the new Leica, which is Wildwood, probably, and a few others. And I got a tease of Wildwood the other day from Thibault Leclerc, who is the director of the Paranorman animated short that was in theaters in October and was Annie nominated last night. And he is one of the character designers on Wildwood. And he says people are going to be very surprised and pleased at how deep the movie goes with the story and the characters and what they created with this universe. They have a lot riding on Wildwood, and they think it is going, Leica, the whole team, thinks that Wildwood is going to be excellent. So that is out in October. Open season was hilarious. Pete Crooks saw Nirvana, which got out of the top 10 this week, but Nirvana's still making a little bit of money. But GOAT, #1, because of kids off of school this entire week, families needing something to see. Also, congratulations to Zootopia 2, which either today or tomorrow will become the highest grossing movie of 2025, breaking a record, making history. This now, 2024 and 2025, the first ever back-to-back years with animated movies #1 at the domestic box office. Incredible. Inside Out 2, Zootopia 2. We have never, in the history, Box Office Mojo goes back to 1977. You could probably go back further. We have never had back-to-back years with animated movies at #1. Until now. Inside Out 2, Zootopia 2. Congratulations. And I don't think Avatar, Fire and Ash can make another $24 million to top Zootopia 2. So Zootopia 2 tops Lilo and Stitch and a Minecraft movie, which was #1 for the longest time, to become the biggest film of the year of 2025 and making animation box office North American history. Congratulations to Disney and Zootopia 2. And to animation, which is a beautiful medium. It is not a genre, as they kept stressing last night at the Annie Awards. Animation sells tickets. It has a huge impact on people of all ages. And now, for the first time ever, 2 years in a row, animation #1. Incredible. #2 this weekend is Wuthering Heights, which added $14.2 million. It's at $60 million for Warner Brothers. By the way, today is also George Washington's birthday. That's why I have the George Washington Fez. And we're going to talk about Elvis in a minute and how well it did in IMAX theaters this weekend. #3, I Can Only Imagine 2. Only $8 million. Not a great opening weekend for this from Lionsgate. The first one opened to $17 million back in 2018, totaled $83.5 million. We're still a ways away from Easter. That's around when the first one came out, closer to that in 2018. This winter, February timeframe, Lionsgate has used for several years. They had Jesus Revolution, which is really good. If you've never seen Jesus Revolution, Kelsey Grammer is really good in it. Powerful film. You also had Ordinary Angels, which Hilary Swank and Alan Ritchson are good in. I don't think the film is perfect, but there are certainly strong elements to Ordinary Angels. You had The Unbreakable Boy, which did not make a lot of money for Lionsgate, and now you have this, and there may have even been one other. They like this late February timeframe, but the box office has not been great for the last several of these movies, so maybe they're going to step away from releasing faith-based films in late February. It might not be the greatest timeframe after all. Let's see. #4, Crime 101 added $5.8 million. It's at 24.7. If it hasn't already, and I was going to figure this out, I think it's going to be the biggest Amazon MGM movie of the year so far. It's going to pass Mercy if it hasn't done it already to become that. #5 is Send Help, which added $4.5 million. It's at 55.5. It's on that 20th Century Studios top 10 list. I think it's 7th or 8th. It's somewhere in that department for Send Help. #6, How to Make a Killing. Saw last Monday. Did not care for it much. $3.6 million. Another disappointment for Glenn Powell. Running Man didn't make a lot of money. It made more than what this is gonna, but not a huge hit for Glenn Powell, for A24, for Margaret Qualley, all the people involved. The director of that, John Patton Ford. I really liked Emily the Criminal. And that was a movie that was very compelling, intriguing, surprising, good performances. You don't get any of that out of How to Make a Killing. You don't. And nobody really was interested in seeing this. And Glenn Powell needs a career shakeup. Please don't attach yourselves to more projects that have silly concepts like this, like Chad Powers, like The Running Man, like some of these other ones. Go for a pure drama. I think it's time. We want to see you in a pure drama. We saw The Rock in a pure drama, and Melissa McCarthy, and their careers have changed because of those roles. So, Glenn Powell, it's time to see you in a drama. That's my advice. Now, let's talk about Elvis. Epic Elvis Presley in concert, which I saw on Wednesday in IMAX. What an experience. The picture, the sound, you're immersed in the concert experience without question, but also the sound bites, the interesting comments that Elvis had on his movies, the state of the world, the love of being a bona fide entertainer. Epic Elvis Presley in concert from Baz Luhrmann in IMAX. $3.3 million this weekend, a $10,000 per screen average. Stellar. For a really great experience. When I saw the movie Wednesday, there was a guy dressed up as Elvis. And also, I had seen a guy dress up as Elvis when I went to the screening of Elvis in 2022. That was an older guy. This was a younger guy. And then there were people clapping after songs. There were people of all ages there who were so into the experience. And the Elvis fans showed up to IMAX. It officially goes to regular theaters this Friday, but $3.3 million for 7th place. Nice job, Baz Luhrmann, Neon. Thank you very much for putting this in theaters and giving us this great experience. Lots of comments. Yeah, Hitman, was not a fan of Hitman either. And you're right, Gore Verbinski should make another animated film. Rango is good, and maybe he will. You know, like Wes Anderson took a lot of time between Fantastic Mr. Fox and I Love Dogs. Maybe, it's been 15 years since Rango, would Gore Verbinski do another animated film? That would be interesting. But I'm a big fan of Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. Out of the top 10 this weekend, but added 1.6 million. It's at 6.6. I think more people are going to catch up on this movie at some point and appreciate it. Solo Mio in 8th. It's 2.6 million. It's at 21.8. It is the 4th biggest Angel Studios film of all time. Their 2nd biggest live action movie ever. Only behind Sound of Freedom. In terms of the animated movies, you have David and King of Kings, but now Solo Mio is their 2nd biggest live action film ever. Zootopia 2, as I mentioned, is now becoming the biggest film of the year. 2.3 million. It's at 423.9. It's becoming the biggest film either today or tomorrow. And rounding out your top 10 is Avatar Fire and Ash, which added 1.8 million. It's at $600,000 shy of $400 million domestically, the 4th biggest film of 2025. Not near that 684, the last one. At least it gets to $400 million domestically. I'm sure Disney wanted more. All right. Let's see. Other movies. Iron Lung is up to 40 million. Psycho Killer. Only 1.6 million for that this weekend. Not great. And then you have Midwinter Break, which I saw yesterday. This is Leslie Manville and Kieran Hines. Not a fan of this film. A little better than How to Make a Killing, but there are a lot of problems with Midwinter Break. One of them being there are just not enough layers to the story. And even at only 90 minutes, it feels stretched out. And there are some, wait, what moments? There are things that happen with the story and the characters that make you go, what? What are we doing? So, yeah, not a huge fan of Midwinter Break. There were a decent number of people at the showing yesterday, but it only made $530,000 this weekend in over 800 theaters. That's per theater average of $656, according to The Numbers website. I mean, there were about 20, 25 people at the showing I went to yesterday. So if you do some math, 20 times 10, that's $200 at least, and then some more for the whole weekend. So, you know, those Saturday matinees sometimes are the biggest showings for a movie for the weekend, so that is the case. For Midwinter Break, Focus Features putting this out in February. It's not going to have any awards play. It's not going to have much of an impact. It'll be on digital probably in about a week and a half. Marty Supreme hits $95 million. Will Timothée Chalamet win Best Actor today at the BAFTAs, or will it go to somebody else and shake up this award season? That will be interesting. All right. Lots of comments coming in. Hoppers is on the way, yep, and a lot of other big movies like Scream 7. Scream 7 opens this week, and it'll be number 1. It'll make more money than whatever Goat makes. I did not like the last Scream. The previous one was okay. The last one was not. I don't have much of an interest in seeing this. I know it's bringing back all the cast members and everything, but I just feel like we've seen it, you know, it's been there, done that, I feel like, with Scream 7, but it will be number 1 next weekend. It does not have much competition. There is a smaller film with Jessica Chastain called Dreams, which I have seen. It opens in select theaters on Friday. I will have more thoughts on that either tomorrow or Tuesday. Also, Friday on Hulu. I am looking forward to this. I've heard mixed things, but I am hoping it's good in the blink of an eye. It's Andrew Stanton's new film. It's going to be on Hulu from Searchlight. Andrew Stanton does have Toy Story 5 coming out in June in theaters, but in the blink of an eye is straight to Hulu. I don't know how I feel about that. You know, if it's trying to be a Terrence Malick movie, will it succeed with that or will it not? In the blink of an eye, I'm going to check this out, so I'll have thoughts on In the Blink of an Eye later this week. I hope it's good. Fingers crossed, we'll see what happens there. Man on the Run, the Paul McCartney documentary from Morgan Neville, goes to Prime Video on Friday after being in theaters this last Thursday. Really good. Highly recommend. Again, I highly recommend that, Goat, Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die, and Epic Elvis Presley in Concert. The Revenant gets re-released in IMAX this coming weekend. And as I mentioned, the Actor Awards, the SAG Awards, is next Sunday. We'll talk more about that next time on LCJ Live. Also, the Oscar voting opens this Thursday, but a lot of people may wait until after the Actor Awards next Sunday to cast their votes, so that will be interesting. The BAFTAs is today. We'll see what the big winners are in for films, who the big winners are in terms of the performances, director, all of that. The BAFTAs airs tonight at 8 on E. And is that it? Lots of comments coming in. Did they re-release The Revenant to boost Leo's Oscar chances? That's interesting. It is the 10th anniversary of The Revenant. Different studios. So you got Disney versus, which is 20th Century Fox, which was The Revenant, versus Warner Brothers for One Battle After Another. So I'm not sure. I guess 10th anniversary. And, of course, Alejandro Gianarritu's new movie with Tom Cruise is coming out in October. So that is on the way. So, I don't know. I mean, these studios and these movies, they just want to make a little more money, and IMAX and taking the screens and coming up with ideas, and why not, studios coming up with these ideas of what to release, what to re-release. There's more big re-releases on the way. By the way, I have this Elvis CD here. This is from, I guess, 2002. This is all 30 of his #1 hits and a bonus track of Little Less Conversation. 30 #1 hits. These are all the Elvis #1 hits. Heartbreak Hotel, Don't Be Cruel, Hound Dog, Love Me Tender, All Shook Up, Jailhouse Rock, I Want to Be Your Teddy Bear. I remember hearing a lot of these from John Stamos on Full House when I was watching that when I was younger. Let's see. Can't Help Falling in Love. I mean, Are You Lonesome Tonight? Surrender. Return to Sender. In the Ghetto, Suspicious Minds. Burnin' Love. My gosh, and there's more. What an album. The Elvis #1 hits, and you'll hear a lot of them in Epic Elvis Presley in Concert. They go one to the other, with some very interesting footage in between and some great montages and lots of things that happen. So there's some good movies out, there's some not so good movies out, but hey, that's what we got. That's what we're here for. And the award season continues. I'll have some thoughts on the BAFTAs tonight. And with the Annie Awards, you had K-Pop Demon Hunters dominating, Bad Guys 2, Arco, and I wish Little Amelie got a little love, but we'll see. Maybe it's the BAFTA winner today. All right, that's it. That's LCJ Live. We'll see you next Sunday. We will preview the Actor Awards. Maybe I'll offer some predictions. I voted for them a while back. But we'll do some predictions for the Actor Awards. We'll take a look at that Scream 7 box office. We will preview the box office for Disney Pixar's Hoppers and for The Bride with Jessie Buckley. Will negative reviews of The Bride impact Jessie Buckley's Best Actress Oscar chances, as both Rose Byrne and Kate Hudson are going on press tours trying to make this a race? Can either one of them take that Best Actress Oscar away from Jessie Buckley? We'll have to see what happens. It's LCJ Live. Thanks for being here. Go to lights-camera-jackson.com, animationscoop.com, lcj.podbean.com, toofast2films.com. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Turn on your notifications. X at LCJ Reviews. Instagram at LightsCamJackson. That's the show. Appreciate it. Thanks for being here for LCJ Live. Take care. Have a good Sunday. And I will see you. It'll be March, right? Next Sunday? Yeah. We'll see you in March as we get closer to the Academy Awards. We're still 3 weeks away from the never-ending award season. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.